how he fits into this machine.
All eyes on Mist indeed as we kick off round number 2. Version 1 trying to recover from a long overtime, and they've got the opening goal 7 seconds in.
I knew they could do it. I wanted to go V1 the entire time. Ignore what I said, because look, that is calm instantly. Seeing a man sitting still and goes, oh, well, I'm going to send you to the scrapyard. Obviously I am. Don't sit still near me. Straight away, going for exactly what they thrived on last season, getting a couple of those demos in, going for beast mode shooting as well. Last season, though, FaZe did win out of the 7 matches, 6 of them versus V1. So looking very heavily in favor of FaZe. However, Version 1, we've seen them buck the trend time and time again.
Well, Version 1 off to a great start. Couldn't ask for anything better for them. Typical, though, big demo at midfield, missed. Up to the backboard in beast mode. Has that one cleared away. Oh, Torment. Oh, that's a pick. And Tom couldn't catch up to it. Doesn't matter. He couldn't steal it. But Version 1 will take a 2-0 lead after this interception by Torment.
A very lazy clear from first killer as well, going straight down the pitch. Thought maybe he could get a pass out with one of his teammates, but instead just sees a lurking Torment, an incredible veteran of the game. Man is a world champion, the only world champion to be on this pitch at that as well. Pacifical, his chance to try and shine burst beast mode to save it away. However, no real offense we've seen from FaZe so far. They've had a single shot. However, Version 1, 2 shots, 2 goals. Can't argue with that.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Stumpy. You mentioned, of course, Torment being the only former world champion on the pitch right now. How many future world champions do you think are on the field right now?
Are we including doubling up?
Sure.
I don't know how that changes my answer. I just sort of said it to delay, but I didn't do any thinking in that time. I think Beast Mode is going to be world champion at some point. I think First Killer is going to be world champion at some point. So I'm going to say 3 out of 6 in total are going to be world champions at some point.
That's a pretty fair assessment, of course. A little bit tougher than it used to be to first get to a world championship and then, of course, win it. As Torment going to have this one back in his own corner. 2-0 lead to hold on to as Calm comes up. And his challenge against Mist goes the way of Mist. Can FaZe get one on the board? No, that's deflected right back. And Beast Mode, one-on-one with Typical, and he never had a chance. 3-0.
Typical didn't have a chance. Beast Mode didn't have any boost. Throughout this entire movement, he had nothing. Manages to then just go over one of them. Boosts when he completely gets rid of the ball. Flicks it above Typical. And that is the man you want at the spearhead of your attack. Outstanding movement. 3-0 V1.
Version 1, after struggling in round 1, but managing to come out on top. They are well rested and well warmed up, apparently. Here's Mist. Gotta get something going for FaZe. Maybe taking a little bit too much time. Got the pop out to First Killer, needs a double, and he's got it to get FaZe on the board.
Beautiful angle from First Killer here as well. Manages to use his resourcefulness just to tap it over the top with very little boost too. Only starts tapping on his boost button when he gets above that ball as well. Just went up with his sheer momentum previously. The first goal for FaZe here on the mainstream in this season as well. We've not seen too much from Mist so far, but I absolutely back their logic that they've gone for that pickup. I think they're completely right. Previously, we saw them as just a 3-headed beast, but now they've got just an even stronger jaw. They've got so much pressure that they can push down. And with Typical going for one flick over, Beast Mode can't save it away. The man that I'm talking about, he wasn't even there on the attack. He was sitting back. That man just lives and breathes defense.
FaZe Clan, the number 6 seed, coming into this Swiss bracket, up against the number 2 seed in Version 1. And Typical getting now his tournament-leading 5th assist. Granted, that comes off of his shot that clanged off the crossbar, cleaned up by First Killer to get him back within 1. 2 very quick goals to get right back into this game. And now Beast Mode, one-on-one with First Killer, and he makes his move to get that ball right over to Typical. Brilliantly done. And now FaZe Clan trying to apply a little more pressure, but Beast Mode says absolutely not, as this goes coast to coast back onto the FaZe end of the field.
I would like to discuss Mist a little bit more, though, because we saw how well he can do previously when he was over on MB, which then subsequently became Optic. He was incredible. He's what made that team as far as I'm concerned. And FaZe's big issue really has been their triple commits, even their double commits. Time and time again, you just see them going for the same ball, the same boost. Burning 100 boosts is something that both AJ and First Killer were both very guilty of, just to get that ball, and then they'd end up there together. It was really frustrating to see, because then when they started playing as that team unit and they sort of had a few more of those firmer roles in there, that's then when they were winning events. That's how they won their regional. But I'm seeing Mist on here. He can have that happen more. He can have those happen more frequently. And yeah, I fully back that decision. I like that they also know that that was their weakness and that that's how they can fix it.
I think Mist is a player whose stock has been most volatile here, as he's right there to make the stop against Calm with the help of Typical jumping in front. And maybe he can lead the counterattack with First Killer. Up to the heavens, drop one down.
No.
Calm and Beast Mode are right there. He's always been the guy that has subbed in for teams in non-RLCS events, but those teams have not particularly done well with him playing in there. But when you go back to when Drees was added to G2, and when they started talking about, okay, Atomic's going to go to G2, and what is going to happen with Mist? Is this team going to stay together? Everybody was talking about how Mist is going to have a very successful offseason. A lot of people are going to be wanting him, and FaZe Clan ultimately comes out on top of the bidding war for Mr. Costello, and right now it's working out, but they're down here in game one. We'll see for how much longer. A typical shot blocked by Beast Mode. Back out to First Killer with Mist trailing behind, and this is out to the corner now with 15 seconds. Typical, good win. Could not get by Beast Mode and Torment though. Mist will try. Calm is right there. Now First Killer stuffed by Torment, and everybody has to race back. Mist was already there. Beast Mode brings it to ground, and Version1 almost let a 3-goal lead slip, but they hang on for dear life at the end.
Everyone earning themselves, everyone earning themselves a save at the end there as well. Beast Mode, Calm, and Torment playing their part to keep that lead. The 3-2 win for V1 over FaZe Clan in game number 1. But because we have so many games going on, Gibbs, I want to know what's going on around the Rocket League world.
Hello. So game 1 for Energy and Rogue was rather interesting. Rogue scores at 0 to tie it up, but Energy wins in the overtime. Is about 2 minutes of overtime there. So Energy with 1-0 there. Soul takes the first game versus Complexity in the 0-1 round. Optic has also won in that. Gen G has won versus Axel. On the other side, we got Rebellion 1-0 versus Dignitas. So again, they were not invited to the Invitational Qualifier. And then G2 1-0 versus PK so far. So that's what we got.
They're taking no prisoners, Stumpy. Shopify Rebellion is on the warpath right now.
I mean, Stacks, you were saying before we started during our rehearsal, Gibbs asked us which is the match you were looking most forward to, and you specified whichever one Rebellion is in. Why are they so interesting?
Well, they're so interesting because you've got this roster that nobody really gives them a chance. I mean, yes, I think they were technically seeded like 17th of the 16 teams that would have gotten into that invitational qualifier, but you still got Memory kind of hanging around trying to prove that he still got it. And you know what? Hard to argue.
Real quick, one last update. Space Station is no longer perfect in the tournament. They went 9-0 through the Invitational Qualifier, 3-0 in that first round. But Furia, they just won game 1 versus them.
All right, Fury, they're continuing on their own individual warpath as well. Look at the fantastic team, hoping to keep that SAM dominance going here in North America. But Beast Mode, again, scoring off a bump that comes from the backboard. This time, Torment bumping the man away. An early lead for V1. It's a winning formula. They're going to want to keep it up.
7 seconds into game 1, 10 seconds into game 2. Remember, that lead nearly slipped away in game 1. Operative word, of course, nearly. First Killer, quick turn. He's got around 2. Mist is there. So is Typical, and it's Mist who scores the tight angle.
You send 2 to that ball, even though First Killer's removed. The double commit opens it up, and Mist just so gently taps it below that crossbar. Torment wanted to go for the in and out save, echoing his former teammate, is not able to. Great opening goal, again in game number 2 on Aquadome for Mist. Brilliant movement, brilliant goal, and it's equalized again.
Torment will cut this one off, and Version1 now understands, if they didn't before with the end of game 1, that they certainly have a fight on their hands here at the hands of FaZe. It is Mist and Typical there. First Killer trying to race back as well, and the Race to the boost with beast mode. Now first killer turns it on at the end. Torment's still there. And Calm deflected away by Typical, but nobody else can stay with this play. And you kind of worry about this, I think, sometimes with FaZe early on in the season, where, again, they gave up so many, I think what we could call cheap goals because they didn't have a strong defensive presence. You worry about maybe the pendulum swinging too far back the other way, where there may be too defensive to start off the season. We'll see how they strike that balance as this first event rolls on.
I think no matter what their problem is this season, because there's going to be some problems going on, including own goal. Calm touches it in the midfield, but that's the last touch V1 get. It then comes down to mistapping it low, then from first killer on to Typical, the three-man passing play. But it's the V1 instead.
Oh, no. Sorry I'm chiming in, but oh, no.
Oh, no. That's how you know it's bad, when Gibbs comes back and just says, oh, dearie me.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I was going to say a minute ago that so long as the FaZe have different problems than last season, where they just, if they eradicate their triple and double commits and it goes to a new problem, I still consider that to be big progress. Because if they then change to, oh, you know what, we're too defensive. Oh, you know what, we're all, we're attacking too hard. We're not leaving a man back, but we're not double or triple committing. That's still a win. You still managed to get one variation out of there. So own goals, they're still not particularly acceptable, but that was a bit of a silly one.
After first killer Mist did most of the scoring in round one, they just wanted to get Typical involved in the act. It's understandable. So 2-1 lead now for version 1. Calm credited officially with that goal, and Mist almost got one back to tie the game, but beast mode right there along the goal line, and now Typical. Quick jump out. He's got Mist over there. Oh! Perfect strike. Great pass. Nice shot. Tie game.
A potential pinch as well, shooting in at 80 miles an hour. Typical gently sending it towards. Not a pinch at all, just missed on the perfect corner of that Octane. Goes to the perfect corner of that blue net. Equalized near enough halftime.
Yeah, have a laugh about this. All knotted up. And now Calm. Stopped by Typical. Here comes FaZe Clan again. First killer against beast mode. First killer will settle for the consolation prize of a full tank of boost. Beast mode with the demolition. Now Calm. He's got Torment. Roll it out there. Oh, he had to take his time. First killer got back in time, and the angle was shut off. So a missed opportunity there for version 1. FaZe Clan doing just enough to keep this game tied, and everybody kind of settles back into a somewhat comfortable pattern, and maybe too comfortable at the back line.
Yeah, a couple of nerves starting to show themselves as well. There was a Torment pre-jump earlier on that was wonderful, and then leads almost immediately into a beast mode miss. Just a cheeky little whiff, but now Calm in the midfield tries to send it far, but with only 4 boosts, he just gives away possession to first killer, but can steal that back boost. Torment is up. Is he going to get that touch? He does, and blocks away Typical, importantly, away from that ball. Now beast mode trying to work his way out. First killer's going for a shot wide of the target, tries to swoop across to get a bump. Forces Calm into the air, but that's where Calm wanted to end up anyway.
Drifting through, and Typical just waiting patiently to stop him. And it's just been kind of serve, counter serve, waiting for somebody to blink and make a mistake as we dip down towards the final minute of a tumultuous back and forth second game. Beast mode had some time, but Mist closed the gap quickly. And Calm once again trying to play off the wall to himself, and FaZe not
boost is low
to bite on it at all.
Boost is so low for V1 right now. Now they had a period where there was about 2 of them in total that had 50 boost. Now they've recovered, thankfully, but FaZe, they had a really good opportunity to clear themselves away on the scoreline, but weren't able to get it past the defense.
Typical just popping one back to first killer to let him slam it off the backboard. 34 seconds. And a chance out for version 1 to break a 2-all deadlock. Beast mode's going to turn on this. He had Calm downfield, but things just seem a little disjointed. The timing is not there, really, for either side, but especially version 1. You know, they've kind of had these quick hitters right at the start of games. Ooh. And fizzle out near the end. And one good fortune serves another, as this one ends up in version 1's net.
Oh, the return service, and Typical as well is the man who technically shot that ball, but beast mode He had to get to that ball a little bit sooner, isn't able to, decides that any touch is better than no touch. I don't disagree, but man, that's disheartening over the game that you've just had.
Think about how important it's going to be to get the most that you can out of these regional events with how cutthroat the competition is. You do not, at the end of this split, want to be looking back at any one moment and go, man, if only. FaZe Clan ties up the series after dueling own goals between FaZe and V1.
I mean, the best thing I think you've got to say about that is at least FaZe also had an own goal in that game. So theoretically, it would have been 2-1 to FaZe if you just take the own goals out of it, but that's not how you're going to look at it. You know, Beast Mode at the end, 17 seconds left, he gets an own goal. Terrible, terrible time to do so. Yeah, but now we're even in the series going into game 3. Gibbs, here's an update.
We got some updates. 2-0s. We have 4 of them right now. G2 is up 2-0 versus PK. We have Optic Gaming up 2-0 versus Luminosity. 2-0 for Energy versus Rogue, so they're bouncing back. And Gen G 2-0 versus Axel. Right now, Furia and Space Station are the only team left in game 2. That's in overtime right now. Furia has a 1-0 lead there. And all other series are split. That is Soul versus Complexity. We got Dig versus Rebellion. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered it all.
Oh, you killed that.
I think I counted to 8 there, so we'll go with it.
All right, all right.
You can count to 8 stacks.
It took a college education to get there, but yes.
North American math isn't the greatest.
Good for you, man.
You'll learn.
I'm really proud.
Thank you, Stumpy. Here we go. 5 more minutes about to go on the clock here in game 3.
Down to 5 as well.
Version 1 and FaZe. Yeah, absolutely. It's 1, 2, 3, 7,
You've got this.
8, 5.
Yeah, close enough. I'll give it to you. GG. Well
Okay,
done.
thank you.
Well, we're going to be seeing, though, an early goal coming out from Version 1 in this third match. They've done well with them so far. Managed to get 1 game from it, but not the second one, as, of course, we did see them get that own goal. But Common in the midfield wants to try and get something early. Not going to be the earliest goal in the world, though, as nearly 30 seconds already gone in this match. V1, I think they've got to just completely look past that own goal, realise, look, it would have been 2-1 if you take them away. I think they can look past it. They have had some really horrible results come against them, and then they've come and bounced back, especially when you look at the majors as well. They've got brilliant mentality. You've got Com there to absorb just any amount of negativity that you want and generate it as well. So I don't worry for Version 1 whatsoever, but FaZe Clan, they look fantastic with Mist as well. Their defense is looking even more stellar than it has done previously.
Our 8th game on the broadcast, only 1 has been decided by more than 1 goal. Go back to game 2 between Complexity and Furia, and it didn't really feel like a 2-goal game, as Typical has to race to the boost, and he plays around beast mode, but Torment's right there. Kind of what we expected, though. A lot of teams evenly matched in North America. The slimmest of margins separating these squads in a furious race to claim one of those 5 spots in Rotterdam in December. As Beast Mode has Calm downfield. Calm running interference and Mist, able to duck into the goal and avoid him. And First Killer launches downfield. Because of that demo attempt, though, Mist wasn't able to race downfield, so that slowed down FaZe a little bit. But maybe not enough, as Version 1 still forced all the way to their back line.
Good block, though, from Beast Mode. Comes down off that back wall and then can grab that mid boost and continue on this push. As a flip, does use it. Just go over the top of Mist. Goes on the crossbar. Torment with a net to shoot on as open as you like. The setup from B Mode, easily eradicating his sins.
I mean, that goes bar down, and maybe it was headed away. Typical had a real tough read. Unfortunately, it goes right to Torment, who gets his 2nd goal. Beast Mode, his 1st assist on a brilliant setup. And it's Version 1 that does score first again. Beast Mode at the forefront of each of these opening goals for Version 1. But now Mist has designs on tying this game up quickly. First Killer to Typical in the corner, trying to pop one to First, and Beast Mode got in the way, so Calm can repel this back onto the FaZe end of the field and maybe chase down Mist, but Mist very quickly in the air, and back and forth the teams will go again. A little bit slower, maybe more methodical pace than what we saw in round 1 between Furia and Complexity, but still tightly contested every step of the way. Beast Mode, did he get enough here? No! Difficult, barely making the save. First Killer came up empty, but then did just enough alongside Typical. Now beast mode, double shot, bang bang! He goes in behind the defense.
The double barrel shotgun takes the head off that FaZe beast on the backboard and then can tap it behind the keeper. Missed. He's great defensively, but when you charge that down a hallway like that, there's very rare situations where you're going to make it out alive. Brilliant stuff from V1.
Very important for Version 1 to start the second half as strongly as they've started the first half of these games so far. Again, FaZe has come back time and time again. They're going to get back here as Mist slams it down off the shot from Typical.
From the ceiling as well. He just jumps off and can then spike it below Torment. Torment had that clear otherwise. The positioning completely out of the blind spot.
Add a third assist for Typical officially here. 7 to presumably still lead in the tournament. He came in tied with Arsenal and Daniel for the tournament lead at 4 after the opening round. Now Typical going to work again, trying to set up yet another, maybe an equalizer, but beast mode walks one away right at Mist.
Good demo from Com. He knew he couldn't get the ball there, and so he just went for the man, first killer. Moved from the pitch, but was going to be obviously be spawning back on the other side. Typical playing that nuisance role, trying to just get those 100 boosts, get those bumps, get the demos. Doing a great job at it as well. Mist turning around, tries to flick it over one, and again a boost steal. It's really great movement from FaZe here. They are just working their way around like a conveyor belt of doom.
First killer all the way back. Everybody from FaZe resetting. Mist angled downward. First killer waiting for the rebound from beast mode. And it's still loose in front for Typical. Stopped by beast mode. Mist trying to thread the needle. And Torment, I think he played that off of Sip to clear it away. And Calm with the last save on first killer's effort. And now trying to catch him, napping the other way. Mist barely got back in time. Demolition doesn't matter as Typical, maybe through a smoke screen, still makes the save. And now the pace has picked up in a massive way.
We saw it become a bit more methodical, but now they've thrown down the chessboard and they've put on the boxing gloves. Taking chunks out of each other, but Version 1 right now have a little bit more consciousness left in them. Final 30 seconds, they're the ones with the lead, of course. In the midfield, beast mode going high, does not get dunked by Typical, but the bump coming in, B mode isn't able to make its way past Mist. Again, that defense, that is the exact reason he was brought onto this team. Com blocking out yet again. FaZe, they've had a lot of chances, a lot of pressure as well, but nothing coming of it just yet. Typical can't whip his way around that ball. Com keeping close to it, but with 0, he just wastes these precious few seconds.
Oh, had a chance there. First killer. Could not get around the defense. Missed. Got to turn on this. Serve one up for first killer, and Calm got in the way. Beast mode spikes it. And Version 1 takes another odd game. Another 1-goal game. This time to the side in blue. Match point for V1.
Go on, Gibbs, give us an update.
We got an update of NRG. I was waiting for the highlights, you know, stuff. I thought we were going to talk a little bit of highlights.
Gibbs,
I'm trying to
the
refresh
highlight
pages. There's a lot of things to watch right now. But NRG makes quick work of Rogue 3-0. So Rogue, after going top 8 in the Invitational Qualifier, they are now 0-2. G2 also making quick work of PK at 3-0. And Dignitas fighting back against Rebellion. They are up now 2-1. And one other underdog story that we're going to be watching, Soul is up 2-1 versus Complexity. So that one is something to look out for, because if Complexity begins 0-2, oof, that's a little bit rough.
I heard you talking about underdogs, and you said Soul, and I thought you were going to talk about Solary beating Vitality over in EU. You know, just going to, you know,
hey,
apparently K-Pop and Fairy Peak weren't the problem. Who knew? But hey, we're on this side of the
it's
pond.
North America. It's North America.
Can I just bring up one more EU result, though?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh boy, here we go.
In the previous round, in round 2, they're now in round 3 over in Europe for those are qualifiers. EG reverse swept BDS in 3 consecutive overtimes. The total near enough 10 minutes. So EG, they've sent BDS into the 1-1 matchup, and they are currently losing versus Monkeys. BDS, they are having a rough time of it. If they lose that one, then they're going to be going down to the 1 and 2 part of the bracket. There's literally like 3 regions playing right now. I think MENA is now done, but I'm not too sure. There might be 3. There's definitely 2 going on those. So keep your eye on all of the streams on Rocket League on Twitch at the moment.
Welcome to the Fall Open where absolutely nothing makes sense. Mist will score. Finally, FaZe Clan gets on the board first in a game they must win to avoid dropping a series as Mist comes through big time. Another assist officially for Typical.
You know what I love seeing from Mist as well? Most players on this pitch, I think every player on this pitch, and probably most in the tournament as well, they're using Alpha Boost. But we've seen Alpha Boost used all over the place. Instead, Mist, he's gone for something a bit different. He's got the Sparkles trail. It's a little bit like Alpha Boost, but just with a little bit more annoying sound, and I respect it a lot.
It's budget Alpha Boost.
It is budget Alpha Boost. I'm a fan of it. I think it's quite fun. It's a bit different.
There's Calm, trying to keep control with Typical, just bearing down on him. Gibbs, you got another update for us?
Yes, talking about that underdog story, Seoul has won versus Complexity 3-1. What is going on? Everyone, you need to have about 15 monitors to track everything right now. Thank the Lord that we have Gibbs, and thank Version 1 that they've got Beast Mode. Calm able to sink it in after V Mode removes the defender from that equation. A minute in, and it's 1-1. And there are goals going on at 1,000 a second at the moment in the RLCS.
Plenty of offense to go around now as this series has gone on. His first killer shot denied by Beast Mode, and then a second touch to launch this towards Torment. I don't think Torment and Calm were actually expecting Beast Mode to get that touch. He did. That kind of forced them into improv mode as Beast Mode eats a demolition for his defensive efforts now. Calm dancing around first killer. He's got Torment waiting. Takes him off, and Calm shot goes off the post.
Let's not say that was ever meant to be a shot. That was always meant to be a pass, and Com somehow nearly got it in off that reset as well. That would have been phenomenal. Wasn't quite able to, though, as 9 seconds has gone in this game on Utopia. I always say it's a beautiful map, because it is one of my favourites. Beast Mode, one of my favourite players as well, trying to go down that pitch. With Torment, though, he's waiting at the back, and Com removes the obstacle in his way. Deletes Typical from the pitch.
Calm now with only Typical in front of him. First killer's got to race back, as does Mist, and they do. And now Typical looking for first killer, and they don't quite pinch this down the middle. It goes out to the corner. FaZe trying to play the long game against Version 1, try to wear them down, get them to get out of position and out of boost. Mist, corner, met by Torment, easy stop. And now Typical, nobody to pass to, too far back. And first killer just barely ahead of Torment. Almost like he invited him in to play it away from him at the last moment as Torment blocks off that centering pass. And another one from Typical. I'll tell you, his passes, actually FaZe's passes as a whole, have been phenomenal. And they have made this Version 1 team, which is usually very good defensively, work extra hard to keep them off the scoreboard.
I mean, anytime you're up against FaZe, you're going to be stretched. Their offense is near enough second to none. Second to some, I suppose, in that case. But with 2 minutes left, they're going to want to put more convincing shots on net because V1 has saved them away so far. Only actually had 2 saves. However, FaZe have only had 3 shots. It's been shut down so effectively in the midfield. First killer forcing Torment into the skies. Quite able to get a shot off in that instance. So first killer pinching very dominantly across the other side of the pitch. Beast Mode is up, one sending towards Com, who is lingering in that orange half. The midfield boost picked up by first killer. That means he can half rotate, get straight back into the action. Com again, free jumping, getting in the way of that ball. Typical to shoot, but B Mode saving it away into the corner. We approach the final 90, dead even, but with V1 leading 2-1 in the series.
Ball just pinballs around. First killer there to play janitor as he cleans up the mess. And with exactly 90 ticks on the clock remaining, FaZe Clan closing in on forcing a 5th and deciding game for the 2nd time here on our broadcast.
First killer that time, quite rarely, not having to work as hard as he would like for a goal, can just tap it in as both players went. And I've seen that a couple of times for V1. They've had those double commits on defense, and I think both times I've seen it, they've conceded a goal from it as well. So something definitely to work on. Maybe learning by osmosis from last season's FaZe, which you definitely don't want to be doing in a lot of circumstances. Com though, sending it towards the middle, but who is lurking? It's always going to be Typical.
Beast Mode pops one away, but only as far as Mist, who narrowly missed off the crossbar. First killer again. Flip the bar, score it, 3-1.
It was the double commit that led to the other goal. This time it's a triple commit that led to the 3rd goal. First killer again taking full advantage of what looks like a dazzled and dazed defensive V1.
So first killer joins Mist and Beast Mode now with 4 goals each in this series. Trying to hold on now to a 2-goal lead. Beast Mode, right to Calm. Torment's got to continue the play, and he at least kept it alive at midfield, but nobody else is there. And Calm had to burn a lot of boost to not touch the ball against first killer. Down to 40 seconds left. Resources minimal right now for version 1. One of those is time. At least they have the game in hand. It looks like we're headed to Champions Field, barring a miracle comeback here. First killer at typical double commit. Oof. That could be the opening they need, but Mist comes to the rescue as Torment and Beast Mode couldn't get on the same page. Now it's typical the first killer. Oh, would have been the knockout blow for sure in this game, but instead Calm's got a shot at Beast Mode. And Torment plays one across. Can they get this back on target? No. Typical to the rescue. Version 1 has had a few goes here in the last minute, but they have not been able to crack the FaZe Clan defense. And we head to Champions Field yet again here on day 1.
Oh, Calm. He tries to keep that ball up, isn't able to, goes above it. It's never going anywhere from there, but a really good pre-jump from Beast Mode. Goes a bit high with it towards the end of that game. Is ended up saved away. FaZe Clan with a 2-goal lead, and therefore their second win of this series. Gibbs got an update?
I got some Champions Field updates for you. Shopify Rebellion takes down Dignitas. I believe it's 5-1 with like 5 seconds left. So they've sealed that one in Game 5. Shopify Rebellion, again, not invited to the qualifier, are now 2-0. I'm going to keep repeating that throughout the day. And Optic Gaming versus Luminosity, a surprise in Champions Field visit, maybe, but Optic Gaming, they do prevail. And then we also have the European team of Gen G. We have to talk about them in the North America Fall Open. They won 3-1 versus Axel. So that's where we are right now. Space Station Furia, that game's still going on. So,
you know, I got to give a shout out to Vaudable, by the way. He's over there doing the Shopify Rebellion stream. You know, last week or a couple weeks ago when I saw that they were not invited into that invitational qualifier, I saw him try to make their case on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, so Vaudable's doing the Shopify Rebellion team stream. Got it. And it's just like, okay, it's typical bias. Nah, guy was spot on about this squad. They seem to be for real. They're 2/3 of the way into the playoff bracket, but still a little bit of work to do.
Gibbs, did you tell us what was happening in the SSG Furia game?
So I actually just popped that up. Space Station is up 2-1. They were up 1-0 in Game 4 with about a minute to go. So that one is very, very tight as well.
Okay, otherwise, there's another Game 5 going on, of course. There is this one as well as the Shopify Rebellion versus Dignitas match. Make sure you go and have a look at any of these team streams that really take your fancy. Otherwise, we'll be here. We've got Gibbs to give you an update. So realistically, that's better than anybody else. So don't worry about it.
Of course. Torment will play this one across. We got to listen in to the version 1 stream a little bit earlier with Lawler and Supersonic. Scissors handling the streaming duties for FaZe Clan. Typical. Over towards Mist, but Beast Mode's there first. And Calm took out first killer, but not before FK got the clear. And then Typical, a missile. And FaZe has the lead.
I love that you can see Torment knows this shot's coming. He's fully aware that Typical wants to shoot that. And yet, an 86 mile per hour trebuchet slang of a ball fires its way past him. No chance to save it unless he pre-jumps. But my God. That is remarkable from Sip.
Typical and Mist trying to one-up each other. It was Typical who fed Mist for an 80-mile-an-hour shot. And now it's Typical off the feed for Mist, hitting 86. First killer's over here like, yeah, y'all keep going. Here goes Calm. Oh, right at Mist. That didn't work out well for version 1, but maybe this has. Calm going 2 to beat. And he beat 1, but not Typical.
God, we saw a couple of doinks at the World Championship. I casted 2 of them. It was absurd. I was very happy to say that in front of 14,000 people. I was very happy about it, Stacks. Leave me alone. 1-0 so far still, maintaining for FaZe. They've done a really good job, and they're making V1 doubt every move they go for. We're seeing these double commits become more and more prevalent.
Well, if you are just joining us from all the other streams, welcome. We got another Champions Field matchup here. Gibbs, why don't you update everybody who's been here on what's gone on here in this round?
Yes, every other match is done now. Space Station takes down Furia 3-1. So this is the final match of round 2.
Gosh.
All eyes on Champions Field yet again as Calm will try and power one away right at Torment. He's got a double lined up, but Typical is there. trying to hit, missed on the outlet pass. And then the demolition from Torment should open the net, but nobody's on the weak side. And the ball just came out a little too strong for Torment to catch up to. So first killer will get this one away, but only as far as Calm. Version 1, they've struggled kind of keeping the pressure on FaZe. They've had flourishes early in games. But once things settle down, FaZe Clan tends to hold the advantage. They've taken games 2 and 4 like that. And now trying to make it 2 in a row to close out the series.
Great positioning from Beast Mode to catch that ball as the 50 drops it low, but typical in the midfield. It's going to be able to get that to stop again. These 50s going incredibly even, but B-Mode up for the 1v1, sends it into the opposite corner. You see him wrap the Octane around that ball, and you have no idea which direction it's going. Plays it high, whips it around, and then flicks it bottom left. Missed. You're brilliant defensively, but when you come up against a brilliant Beast Mode, there's little you can do.
His 5th goal to lead all scorers in this series. And right now he's the leading scorer on the pitch in this tournament. His 9th ties first killer for 9 in the event. First killer looking for a 10th. Instead he'll defer to Typical, who could not quite convert. And then Mist taken out on his way in, so first killer's got to jump in. And Beast Mode is right there to meet him. Epic 1v1 matchup between these two as Beast Mode and Typical take each other off the pitch. And this goes right back to Mist, who couldn't quite get that to first kill. And what a read from Calm.
That's just done everyone on the pitch that no one knew what to do.
Opportunity here. First killer has to get back and just stop that effort from Version 1. V1 having one of those flashes where they're keeping the pressure on FaZe. But it's short-lived again as Beast Mode back in his own corner.
Beast Mode works his way out of that corner and into the orange half as well. 1 minute 20 remaining in the game. Currently drawn level on Champions Field. We've had some incredibly exciting games. Very close series as well. It's Calm now. Wants to get it a bit further. Forgoes the ball. Instead gets the double demo. Beast Mode just has to shoot. But first killer kept that Octane in front of the goal as long as he could. 40 boost. Beast Mode can't quite touch it down. Instead Calm is there to receive. Onto the ceiling. Wants to jump instantly to get to it. But first killer sends it back into his own corner. That gives Calm a chance and Torment opportunity to go central with it. Under a minute remaining. And the V1 pressure continues to build. You've got to wonder, will it explode in favor or against them?
Well, another equal conflict into the final minute on Champions Field. Beast Mode has Calm with him. Torment way at the back. Calm taking it himself, and Mist is there to guide that out to the corner. Coming up on 30 seconds, separating us from another Game 5 overtime. Calm to ground. He's around Typical. Now it's against Mist. Beast Mode waiting, and that's great for Mist, forcing him to take the shot. And Typical will have this on the backboard. FaZe Clan a few times has been on the brink of dropping this series. Maybe now they will. Calm had his shot blocked by Mist, making a savior medal. Beast Mode denied by first killer. Final countdown down to 1 second. Calm out in front, and Typical couldn't get it, but Mist could. The shot through traffic does not find pay dirt. Now Calm will try again, and Mist there to slam the door shut once more. And Beast Mode can't keep it in the air, so we go, of course, to overtime on Champions Field.
Mist putting a hand up in every single position he could have done. On the floor, sends it high, manages to get a couple of saves there. Completely vital. The second Game 5 overtime here on the mainstream to start off the fall open here in North America as well in the 22-23 season. It's exactly what the doctor ordered, realistically. Calm in the sky again, wants to go for that reset. Isn't able to get it, and so Mist keeps it close to his chest, but does not get the boost. Instead, Beast Mode is the one that walks away with it. Mist called off that ball, but the double commits from FaZe. Let's not have echoes of last season, lads.
After a comedy of errors between these two squads in Game 2, things have definitely settled down, but it's dangerous in front of FaZe's net. Typical comes away from the pack. Only Beast Mode to beat, and B-Mode comes up huge. First killer, though, quick turn, and that's right at Calm. Well read, and a great understanding between these two teams. A lot of familiarity. This will be left for Typical to cycle around on, but it's Beast Mode taking charge. Calm coming up from the back as well. That is incredibly dangerous out of Version 1, and a clean win from FaZe would have meant this series is over. Instead, we play on an OT. As Torment intercepts, that's how he scored his first goal of the series, but not this time. Beast Mode, he's got Calm, gonna take it himself, and Typical stopped him. How about the defense from Typical in this series?
we've been talking about Mist all the time, but Typical has been just as vital. He's just been everywhere that he's needed to be. Again, diving in front, gets a clearer save away than Mist would have got. And what I like is that he's not taking it away from his teammate and putting everybody into a bad position. He is just sending it into a better position for the ball, and he makes it harder for the teammate. Again, Typical dribbling over the top of 2 when he had 20 boost. Com with a brilliant demo on first killer. Finally, they had a breakaway, but the player removed from the situation. Torment gets rid of Typical, but now Beastman has to stare down first killer. Is able to walk away with that one with both eyes still intact, however. Typical onto that backboard. Com right wing. Get that ball low. He does. Not necessarily where he wanted it, though, because Typical is now able to get the 100 and then wrap back round. Didn't exit the blue half. The ball maintaining those blue spots on the side of it.
But here goes Mist. A little bit of space to work with. That could be deadly. He's got first killer waiting, and the pass never got out. Typical in the direction of first killer off the challenge, but first couldn't react. Now Calm going to give way to beast mode, and no follow-up. That's a great clear and save by Mist, who's got the offense rolling again now for FaZe Clan. Spike one down in beast mode again, right there. Hey, last time Version 1 was on this field, they played a 9-minute overtime. It was the 15th longest in the RLCS. And maybe we could be in for yet another similarly long affair. Beast Mode's got to cut in front of Calm here and does. Now first killer to Mist.
Brilliant.
Oh, Mist will score. FaZe Clan 2-0.
The midfield maverick in Mist is able to get the pass across from first killer. A stationary defender is unable to do much with that ball. Com immediately out of the lobby. Otherwise, GG's reign in. FaZe Clan continue their streak against Version 1. They are now 7-1 over the last 2 seasons. They just have B1's number.
Wow. What an incredible finish. Back-to-back overtimes on Champions Field in our first couple of rounds. FaZe Clan at times looking outmatched, especially early on in this series, but again, they hung around, they weathered the storm, and the physical play did not deter them one bit. Coming up with clutch goal after clutch goal, even after they got their best shot from Version 1 time and time again.
So this was absolutely huge for FaZe, because normally when Beast Mode is popping off, V1 looks unbeatable. Beast Mode had a very good series, I felt like, throughout this, but FaZe came out just barely on top in another Game 5. Whoever's picking the matches, we need to give them a raise, because so far today has fully delivered. We've seen North America, like I think a lot of people are saying that this will be the most entertaining region because of all the international transfers, but